So he's still denying it?
We're live.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So there we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. This is the Loshak in the Bag Show. His name is Jimmy the Bag. In general, I'm feeling pretty good. Jimmy the Bag. Yesterday was a big winner for me in MLB. I cashed on most things in my official picks. Cashed most of my leans. The KC game. Shout out to everyone who said the KC game was a good bet yesterday. It absolutely was. I did wind up betting that one. Shout out to you, Jimmy the Bag, although I only took Colorado on the first half, so I had a winner on that one. But you actually had, it's so frustrating. You were right about that game, but you actually had two losses, one winner and two losses.
I think I was wrong about that game for sure. I really thought that the Angels bullpen was going to get touched, and Scotia did a really nice job. I guess you can't trust the Rockies offense. That was I had nice reads all over the card yesterday, and but losing a little over just losing one unit was disappointing in that spot. But Ski Profit, my man, Ski Profit.
Shout out to Ski
off
Profit.
A 3-0 day. Brant Hunt running with us. Alonso Shivers with us. Corey Kelly. It's a good group. Nick D. Red Girl.
All right. Nick D 0251 says, "What's up, guys? Just a quick shout out that this is the only show I look forward to anymore. Thanks for the help, guys."
Wow,
some people,
Nick D.
when the world is crashing down around you, what's really important is the only thing that stays. And for some people, that's the Loshak in the Bag Show. Can you believe that shit, Jim?
That means so much.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That means so much. I'm dealing with some insomnia. I don't know if it was a sensory overload in Vegas. I don't know what it is, but man, I'm so I might mess up my words a little bit. I'm gonna try to sleep a little bit in between shows. I capped the shit out of this card. I'm ready to fucking rock.
Okay.
I just want you guys to know what's going on. And also, Jesse Dykstra, very sharp, says, "Jimmy Pete, it's my birthday."
Oh, no. Is he asking for a pick?
A solid one, too.
Oh, God. All right, I'll give you a pick. The birthday picks, Jimmy the Bag, I picked them up when you had your vacation, and I did have two winners, 2-0, since because
beautiful.
At some point, I was killing it, then I had like one loser, then a few days off, and then things got jumbled or whatever. So, obviously they've been good going back a long time, but since I can remember, for sure, 100%, since we're absolutely religious about keeping accurate records here, I've had two straight birthday picks at one.
You're right, because I did lose a birthday pick while you were gone, which you don't have to add in because I know you're the one who decides. Right. But I did lose.
And so before that, I think it was like 14-3 or something like that, or 13-3 or something. I had one loss that broke the streak, but then I picked it up again with two winners. All right, and I quickly want to just look at yesterday, just review what happened yesterday. Yes, San Diego, great read on that game, right? Knicks had a great start that helped me out with your final words on that game, Jim.
Felix Hernandez being able to slow them down.
Yes.
Too. That under was low hanging.
Yeah, the under I didn't have.
That Indian Cowboy was on that under.
Yeah.
We heard that late. I don't know why I didn't just jump on it.
I should have had that one, but I did have, I had the second half under which cashed, and I had the Seattle team total under which cashed, but I should have been on the Seattle first five team total under, which was in my leans category, and San Diego on the full game. And of course, yes, Indian Cowboy was on the under, and that one was a winner as well. So shout out to Indian Cowboy. Shout out to everyone who liked KC. I did wind up betting that. It was like late, close to first pitch. I did wind up betting that. And again, KC first five team total over at plus 122. It was just so hard for me to pull the trigger on a KC team total first five at 2.5. But it was a play that I liked. I did bet it.
Well, you nailed Junis's improvement in the last little while. First complete game of the year, maybe his career.
And then Pittsburgh first five team total under. I had that one, a nice call with Flaherty having another good start. Oakland and Houston, very interesting game. I bet the over, didn't give it as a pick. You gave it as a pick. The under did cash, but the pick I did give was Houston first five team total over. That one did cash, so it's up in the air what was the right play there. Although I do think that very, very clearly, I mean, this was just goes to show you line moves. In the end, Jimmy the Bag, that was a 50-cent line move in favor of Houston. They opened at Pinnacle at minus 170, closed at minus 220, and of course they lost. So it doesn't necessarily, it was a close game, doesn't necessarily mean that.
We had guys on our chat telling us to link every single bet to Houston last night. Before we finish off the recap, there's people coming in so fast.
Go ahead.
I want to give a giant shout out to Sonny Vega. I had the absolute pleasure of hanging with him in Las Vegas.
I met him too.
As did you. What a treat. Not only great capper, but so much fun to hang out with. You combine that, and the guy's just magic. Want to give him a shout out. I just want
I made a few jokes about Costa Rica to him. That was nice. You know,
Nice.
there were some funny jokes. I remember that. Just didn't have more time to hang out because I was so freaking busy until Sunday night.
Yeah, I love the guy. I want to give a shout out to Lamont Williams. He was telling me not to take that over in the Houston game. He hit with the under there and with the White Sox game, which I thought was dicey with the weather, and I thought I was right not to be on it early in the game, but then.
The White Sox won, right. The Cleveland one cash, the White Sox one was a loser for you. And then the Boston one, you see what happened there? I had Boston -1, which wound up pushing, but I had Boston first 5 over, first 5 team total over, Miami first 5 team total over. Game winds up 8-7, but all those runs came late. They all lost, Jim.
Yeah, that was tough. The Milwaukee, Cincinnati, you knew Guerra was going to to get touched.
Yes, how good of a call did I have on that game?
That was
Hell yeah.
That was nice. And then everybody who thought the Giants had so much value were right. I was pretty fortunate to hit that over in Minnesota. Cleveland got that one run.
A lot of these totals are close. And I also had no problem taking Baltimore. I should have had them many more ways. I had them just first 5 team total over, but I also liked the first 5 over. That was a game that was a bet that I made and a pick that was in my leans column. And Baltimore -1. I thought it was a good spot for Baltimore. They might be a good spot again today. We'll talk about it.
Might be a good spot going for their first 3-game sweep in the series all year. I had Dodgers -1 first 5 cashed easily. I had the Cardinals -0.5 run first 5 that cashed easily. That was nice.
So overall it was a good day. You know, the usual variance in baseball bit each of us a little bit, but overall it was quite a nice day, Jimmy the Bag.
Quite a nice day.
Yeah, quite a nice day.
No doubt about it. We got a great group here. We got a great group ready to rock. Kobe Valentine, Trenton Claxton, Elio Rodriguez, Comic Ricky, J. Yim. Good group. Mikey D, YOLO Steez. And YOLO Steez was the reason why I took the St. Louis -0.5 first 5. It made so much sense. I was concerned that their offense just doesn't produce enough to hit the run line. I mean, they did win the game 5-2, but shout out to YOLO Steez. That helps very, very, very much. And we got a great group.
All right. Let me highlight some profits. I saw Ski Profit off a 3-0 day. Shout out to Ski Profit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ski Profit. You know, I bet you one day Ski Profit was the winner of the Loshak in the Bag trivia contest. I bet you that shit's going to be like the World Series of Poker. The first World Series of Poker, there were like 12 people in it. The last one, there were like 2 million or whatever it was. I bet you for the first Loshak in the Bag trivia show prize was $100. I bet in 10 years it's going to be $500,000.
Well, we will do it every year.
Hell yeah.
Every IFBC.
Hell yeah. All right. So some other handicapping comments that I want to look at. Yeah, Kobe Valentine. Boston was my only downfall. What a great 8th inning. Said Boston would score 7 or 8, but somehow they let up 6 to Miami. And I did mention I did take the Miami first 5 team total over. Their offense has been picking it up a little bit recently. So I was not hugely surprised that Miami put up some runs. Let's see. Jesse Dykstra. There you go. Let's see other comments coming in. Go ahead. Shout them out.
Michael Ervelina told y'all under on the Cubs Mets game. Low hanging fruit. How does that work? The 1-1 in the 10th inning. Does he still cash that under?
Nope. Officially, that's a canceled bet.
That's what I thought.
That is a canceled bet, and I actually took. I also, because I had the second half over on that one, which is looking like it might cash. I assumed that would also be canceled, so I took it out of my my record. But it was actually credited as a loss at Heritage, so I'm gonna talk to them about that. I think that should be definitely the full game would be canceled.
Yeah.
A full game on a suspended on a total, and any run line would be canceled. The first 5 innings plays obviously holds. So if you had the first 5 under, that one cashed. Any run line or any total on the full game would definitely be canceled. But my second half was credited as a loss, so I'm going to look into that one. That should be canceled as well. I have a feeling that, and it was kind of a big decision for me because I keyed it in with some other things. But yeah, so that one gets canceled unless you had the first 5, which was a winner.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
One thing I'd like to start with, our friend Holly Dilly says, "What's the plan on Oakland Houston? Once you're done doing the recap, we should get to that game because she says she's got to get to my kids." Won't be back till after the game starts. Then says, "Thanks, Pete. Won huge on the Seattle game. Money,
nice. Yes.
And the under 4.5 full game on Seattle and under full game totals. Great job, Holly."
Yes, hello. Shout out to Holly Dilly. All right, let's get into MLB. Let's throw the record up, Jimmy the Bag. Look at this. Whoa, I'm seeing. Okay. Yeah, look at that. I'm up about 43 and a half units now. I'm picking it up.
Thank God you are, because that fucking record of mine is god awful.
Yeah, it's but again, Jimmy the Bag, you take very, very few of the kinds of bets that I take. I take a lot of first 5 team totals, second half stuff like that. Peripherals, those are easier markets to beat. You take a lot of just standard full game lines, which are tougher lines to beat, Jim. You know what I'm saying? You're attacking markets that are harder to beat for sure than me.
They're all saying that Bovada graded the under as a win. They're saying no Pete, that's a win on the under.
The full game or the second half?
The full game on that 1-1 tie. I was under with Bet365. That's a loss. Not a loss, excuse me, a push.
Yeah. I was. I mean, definitely any run line would be suspended. Yeah, different games have different. All right, so Bovada did graded. Yeah, see, there's some places that will do different things. Some places will say like, all right, well, if it's an extra inning game that gets suspended, that still counts as 9 innings, so we'll grade the totals. Yeah. So all right, congratulations.
He says once it goes 8.5 innings, it counts.
Right. Yeah. All right, so I guess...
great job, Michael Irvelina. Get that cash, man.
All right, so I guess I'm going to have to add in... Yeah, I guess it was correct. So I guess I'm going to have to add in my second half over as a loss, and that would bring my record down to 42.4 units, Jim.
Well, you're staring at me because my unit's so shitty?
No.
Why don't you look at the camera and say that shit, man?
Yeah, all right.
Okay. I barely slept.
Yeah, I'm tired, too. All right, okay, let's move on. Let's move on to MLB. What did Holly Dilly request?
She wanted to open up with this A's Astros. Let's get to this.
All right, let's get to that one.
Situation.
Yeah, A's Astros.
Even after last night's loss, I don't know if you know this. Let me ask you this: Fangraphs Astros to win the division. What do you think the percentage is?
Oh my God,
they're down. They're a game and a half down.
Oh, see, these are the things that I look at just game by game by game. They're a game and a half down to whom?
The A's.
To the A's, right.
Yeah. Wally George says you looked refreshed today, Jimmy. I'm dealing with some insomnia, Wally. I can't sleep right now. I think just sensory overload from Vegas. But that means the world.
Wait a minute. So who's ahead?
Astros are a game and a half up on the A's. Fangraphs give the Astros what percentage to win the division. Now, the only reason why I'm asking you, obviously, is I was surprised at the number.
I guess I would say that they would say that they have about a. I would say that they have a 75% chance of winning the division.
That would have made more sense to me than the 92.3%
really?
chance.
Okay, wow. Okay, okay.
And the winning percentage of the teams that they're playing it's barely better than the A's. And their chance, Fangraphs' chance for the Astros to win the World Series is almost double that of the Red Sox. Can you believe that? Double that of the Red Sox?
To win the World Series.
They have a 26% chance to win the World Series.
Yeah, obviously the Astros are a loaded team, but I just assume that there's so much variance in baseball that it would be rare that you'd see something like that. But yeah, obviously they've got a game up on Oakland. They've got a better lineup. I guess they've got a better bull. I don't know. Yeah, that surprised me a little bit.
Surprised.
92%.
92.3%. I was actually upset. Even I was upset.
What if there's an active shooter who shoots the entire lineup? That could happen in the United States, right? Then you're still 92%. You know what I'm saying?
We live in a world where that doesn't happen, right? We keep our heads in the sand. We talk about only good things. Not only good things, because we talk about my horrible baseball record.
Yeah.
So let's not get
into
active shooters. Paco Healy, my man Paco, what a great guy. Any thoughts on the Phillies today? And then Rude Vol comes in and says, take that under on that game at 9.5. I already have 2 plays, but let's get to the games that they've asked us. A lot of people here on Houston, Astros run line. Let's get into it. Cahill, 5-3, 3.44 ERA, 1.09 WHIP. But that's because he's been incredible at home. 1-3 with a 6.92 ERA and 8 road starts this season. 2-1 with a 4.13 ERA over 5 career appearances against Houston, but he's been good against them this year. And Keuchel has the opposite. Keuchel's 6-6 with a 2.99 ERA in his career against Oakland. But this year they've touched him violently almost. 1-2, 5.23 ERA over 3 starts in 2018. A's are hitting 251, 755 OPS versus lefties. That number is going up. Astros are hitting 246, 734 OPS versus righties, and that number is going down.
Yeah, well, there's been a 20-cent line move here. Oakland opened at plus 160. Now they're down to plus 140. Unfortunately, I don't really have... This is a game that I did make a bet on. I don't have a particular opinion on, aside from vaguely maybe thinking that Oakland on the second half might be a good bet, maybe. Keuchel's probably going to be good, but I don't want to take Houston here at this kind of a line.
You're saying exactly what I'm thinking. I think the A's can get to Keuchel. I know that the Astros have a tougher time with righties, but Cahill just seems so susceptible. This might be an okay park for him.
Yeah.
Might be an okay park for him.
Yeah, let me see what the Oakland second half line would be here. Probably like
Flipper
plus
13.
Yeah,
says,
shout out
I
to
love
Flipper
the
13.
A's today.
Loves
Godmother
the A's.
87, A's money line.
Yeah, the A's are plus 100 on the second half, so that would be a play that would make a little bit of sense to me.
And Adam Lopez explains this better than. And I'm going to make mistakes all day because of the lack of sleep. Cahill only had a good start against the Astros in Oakland recently. He's a great pitcher in that park. Another interesting stat was the Astros have hit 116. Now, I might mess up by 1 or 2, but 116 home runs on the road this year, 67 at home.
Oh, yeah, the Astros are, yes.
No, that's the A's.
That's the
A's. The Oakland
okay.
A's have hit 116 home runs
on the road. Yeah.
Only 67 at home. That's a tough ballpark. And guys like Cahill, some of those fly ball pitchers are going to succeed there. Brooke Jordan likes the over. T. Henderson likes the over too.
Yeah, I would be thinking about a shot maybe with Oakland -1, maybe with Oakland on the second half. Oakland -1 only because the line is so high. Oakland second half only because I think that Oakland will probably be down heading into the sixth inning. So I think I'm just going to pass. Although the tempting play for me would be Oakland second half, but I think I'm going to pass on that one because Houston is legit great. So I guess I'll hold off. What do you think, Jim?
You know what? And maybe this is like a pussy way out. But I'm just going to cheer for the A's.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable putting my money down in this situation. Obviously, the A's can turn that record around real fast.
Yeah, they certainly
But let's
could.
not even talk about that. What, I got 7.7% chance of that happening.
I don't know, Jim. But again, I'm telling you, it's like you tackle tougher markets. You know what I'm saying? I tackle peripherals. Those are, and everyone at home should know that. You know what I mean? The difference, of course, is that the bigger markets have much huger limits, whereas the markets that I make my picks on have limits of like $500 per book and stuff like that. So the limits are lower. But yeah, think about. I mean, a lot of your reads on games are great. It's just I feel it's because you're just not used to making certain kinds of bets. So
I hear what you're saying. I definitely. Baseball's a complicated betting sport, and sitting beside you and hanging out with the chat, I realized that I had a lot to learn in my MLB. But it's been a tough summer, and that does not make your year. I've had a tough year, but October, November, December are my best months. I feel like I can continue learning from you and from the chat.
Yes.
And
now, is the
the
roof open or closed here? Because I'm seeing it RotoWire. The roof is closed. I'm seeing at
the roof is closed in the Houston game.
Of course.
There's not. It's not an of course thing. It's there. I was thinking that the roof might be open today as well, but there's thunderstorms.
Yeah,
in the air.
right. That's why I said of course, because I saw thunderstorms. I was like, all right. So once again, the people who are liking the over might have something there. I'm thinking about Oakland second half, but that's I'm going to pass on that one officially for now. Why don't we move on to another?
Perfect.
Okay.
Let's go with that next afternoon game.
Okay.
I've made 2 bets and 2 official plays. This is not one of them. This is a game I wanted to talk out with you guys. I'm very interested in the Tigers' first 5 here. I know, at one point the Tigers smashed lefties, and I know they don't anymore. But let's break this game down. Game time, temp 75 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in 8 miles an hour. Fulmer is throwing well.
Yeah.
And we knew that Fulmer's had this terrible record the 3rd time through the lineup. And in this last, coming off the oblique strain, he only went 4 2/3, but it was scoreless. He threw 77 pitches. That's sort of the thing that I expect him to do. And he's on a pitch count again today, but now 85-90. He's got a 3.23 ERA and 8 career starts against Kansas City. This is an easy lineup to pitch to. Duffy made his first start since August 11th. He looked pretty good against Tampa. Returned from the disabled list. His velocity's back to 93-95. It had dipped to 90 before they put him on the disabled list. But he's been rocked by the Tigers in 2 starts. Rocked. He's allowed 13 earned runs in 10 1/3 innings. Overall in his career, it's not good numbers either. Now, the Tigers' numbers against lefties are just 261 with the 719 OPS. We've seen those numbers drastically drop. But Lamont Williams says, I love KC. I haven't made this bet yet. I was curious to see what people thought about it.
Well, I'm going to take a shot. I agree with you. I'm willing to bet on Fulmer. It might be a little bit of a risky thing, but I'm going to take KC first 5 team total under 2 -130. That's the current line at Heritage.
Rude Vol says, Bag, don't bet on Fulmer. Rude Vol, can you give us a little bit more information on why you think that?
I'm gonna take a shot here. I'm gonna take a shot with Fulmer having a decent game. KC first 5 team total under 2. It is a little bit treacherous because Fulmer could have 4 nice innings and then 1 blow up inning and then give up 4 runs.
But that blow up inning would be in the 6th.
Right. Or the bottom of the fifth, which you see all the time. It's treacherous. It's treacherous, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to make it an official pick just because if it doesn't, I'll be annoyed that I didn't give it. Under 2 minus 130. KC first 5 innings under 2 minus 130. I would also have a vague lean to the first 5 under and a vague lean to a Detroit on the first 5 innings money line. Just not exactly sure what to make of Duffy right now. His last start was okay, but the peripherals were a little bit questionable. What's your take on Duffy right now, Jimmy the Bag?
I expect Duffy to actually pitch okay here. I think he needed that break. When Duffy's throwing 90, he's really easy to hit. Now, when he's throwing 93 to 95, it's more difficult. But there's no question, just like Sportsbook Red is saying here, Duffy's given up 13 earned runs and 10 and third. It just makes sense to me. I'm waiting for Rudval to give me more information because I'm going to take Tigers first 5.
So Rudball says what? He says that Duffy's going to be good, he thinks?
No, he said
Fulmer's going to be
Bag,
bad.
don't bet on Fulmer.
Okay.
And we're still waiting for information. I haven't bet this yet. And I will have time when the show ends, right? Because that starts 12 o'clock our time. Right?
Yes.
Dave L.A. says, I like the Royals. You know what? I'm going to back what I'm saying here. I'm going to take Tigers first 5. And we know that there's no Perez. Corey Kelly says off Royals with no Perez. Victor Martinez and Jason McCann rest. But Perez and Escobar are big losses for that lineup. Rudval says Baggy's on the pitch count, so it just seems too risky to bet. Duffy is shaky also. Okay. So I hear what you're saying, but that's why I'm just taking them first 5.
Yeah.
Kobe says it's 80 to 85. I heard 85 to 90. Kobe says it's true. It's hard to back KC when Perez is not in the lineup.
What's 85 to 90?
The pitch count that I heard.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to take Tigers first 5.
All right, so Jim's...
Trenton Claxton saying Detroit first 5 money line. Back.
Yeah, I would be leaning that way as well. The best line right now would be, let's see, Bet Online minus 117. Detroit first 5 innings minus 117. I will quickly check Pinnacle to see if they might have a slightly better line. And I'm also going to take a KC first 5 team total under as well. Of course, let me see. Oh, yeah, minus 114. There you go. Detroit first 5 innings minus 114. That's the current line at Pinnacle. And I would definitely be tempted to go that way as well. My big question is just Duffy. If we expect Duffy to be good, I would be strongly leaning first 5 under. If we expect Duffy to be a little bit off, I would strongly be leaning Detroit first 5 innings. What's your take on Duffy, Jim?
Well,
and anyone else?
My only concern is that the Tigers have just had his number this year. That's my only concern. I like that he had the break. I like that he came back throwing hard and had a nice start against the Rays. The Rays hit lefties pretty good. I believe they have like a 730 OPS, something like that against lefties. My only I would be on that if Detroit hasn't just had his number this year.
Let me see. Other comments coming in. Kobe Valentine says that post All-Star break, Keuchel has been ridiculously so good. Kale just blanked Houston last game. I think the under is a nice play there. All right, let me see. Other comments coming in. I'm just checking. T. Henderson says, anyone liking KC today? Very keen on the Royals here. Let me see. Ardeshir, hell yeah, did you check this comment? Ardeshir Shishbaradran. Wow, hell yeah, Ardeshir Shishbaradran. You guys are the best. Can't wait for your college football picks this week. Shout out to Ardeshir Shishbaradran.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I was a little bit less tired now so I could read this name with a little bit more energy and humor. Ardeshir Shishbaradran. You see that, Chip?
Love. Yeah,
if you can't find it, just do a quick search for ARDESHIRSHISHBRADRADAN. And you'll find it.
Sounds like a great guy. Thank you for being a part of this, my man.
Yes, Rudval says, okay, let's see. So other comments here. Rudval says like that KC bet.
Justin Paul says first 5 under would make more sense than the team total under.
Okay, so Justin Paul's expecting a good start from Duffy, right?
Raul Rogers isn't. He's on the Detroit KC over.
Detroit KC over. Who is?
Raul Rogers.
Okay. See, all right. Corey Kelly says Duffy's either solid until the 5th or awful. All right, why don't you go to another game and I will decide whether I want to double up on this one here.
Okay, perfect. Let's talk Mets Cubs. Is the under in play because Vargas is doing? It's funny how shit my record is when I told you guys. There's a reason why the experts are doing the work for us, keeping Vargas in the lineup. They signed him to that huge contract, and they kept him in the rotation. They would have dropped him from the rotation if they didn't see positive regression coming along. They have kids they could bring into the lineup. They could cut that guy. Their season's over. And that was all the work done for us, and Vargas has followed suit. Vargas is playing well. Now, this Cubs team smashed lefties. So it's going to be hard, but Vargas is pitching well. Won his last 2 starts coming off a 6-inning outing against the Nationals.
Okay, I made a decision. I'll take the first 5 innings under, Jim. It opened at 4.5 minus 120. It's now down to 4.5 minus 140 at Pinnacle, or 4 plus 100 at UWager and BetMania. I'll take that 4 plus 100. I'll take that one. Detroit. I'm hoping that Duffy has a good start here. Detroit KC first half under 4 plus 100 as opposed to 4.5 minus 140. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. Go
quick
ahead.
Side note, Wally George, just waiting for your World Series of Darts picks.
Oh, hell yeah. Is that coming up soon?
Yeah.
I will handicap that. I will handicap
Please
that.
do.
I will look for that. I will look for that shit.
Please do. Vargas, 2-0, 4.35 ERA and 5 career starts. We just talked about how well he looked against the Nats. Now, Mills. AAA Iowa. Mills made 23 starts. He went 5-12, 4.84 ERA, 1.30 whip. Not incredible numbers. He's made 2 appearances and 1 start at home against the Reds. In his first start, he looked pretty good. He's looked good in 7 2/3, but it's a tiny sample size. You know, Raul Rogers says line screams over. You know what? The more I talk about this game, and I'm happy I got the opportunity to. I can't take the full game under in this Vargas Mills spot. I think they might be dealing with a bit of a recency bias from yesterday's game. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm erasing that.
What were you going to take?
I was thinking of taking the under in this Vargas Mills match.
The under, and so it would be 9. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it doesn't look terrible to me. It doesn't look great. I'm going to pass on this game, Jim.
I'm going to pass on and King U says Cubs smash lefties. Yeah, and who cares how Vargas is pitching right now? And Mills, I mean, we just saw Pannone coming off that great start get destroyed by an Orioles team that has a 650 OPS versus lefties. So, yeah, I'm going to that's done. Cut.
You know what else I'm going to do, Jim?
What's that?
I think I am going to go on you on the Detroit first 5 innings with you.
Nice.
I'm just trying to think because Duffy could get hit. And if Duffy gets hit, I would want that to cancel out my first 5 under, right? Fulmer seems good. How's his velocity? Is his velocity good?
Velocity is back. And that's the only reason why I'm backing him.
His velocity's back. And how's the Detroit lineup? It's terrible, but it's not. Is it any worse than the KC lineup? They have some big bats out, don't they?
I would. Now maybe I take a look at this, but yeah, the Royals lineup's not that. It's not better on paper than the Tigers lineup.
Right.
And if we like Fulmer better than Duffy, to me it seems.
All right, I'll take it. That's a lean, but I will take it. First half minus 114. Detroit first half minus 114. I'll throw that one on there as well.
John Roy, who we got to hang with in Vegas, says, which was a treat, John. Thank you so much for coming. He says, I stay in Chicago. It's 75 degrees and wind blowing in. That is true. Game time, I have 73 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in at double digits. You know, this was just a game I wanted to talk out. I believe, so I was told in the chat that line's gone down to 8.5 now.
Which one? The Cubs game,
Yeah.
The total.
Yeah.
Yes. Although I think it opened at 8.5. I don't know if I'm seeing it opened at 8.5 at Pinnacle, and now it's 8.5. Yeah, I'm going to stay off that game. Mills has obviously been quite good, but the line is just a little bit too high. And I was thinking maybe about a shot with the Mets first 5 team total under with a bet on Mills, but that one might even be 1.5 if that's out already. Let me see. The Cubs, the Mets first 5 team total under. 1.5. I can't do that. I mean, Mills is good, but I can't do that. So I'm just going to pass on this game. I'm going to pass on it, Jim. I'm passing.
I'm going to pass on it too. I like my card so far. I'm going to pass on it too. Just a quick shout out to Elio Rodriguez. Tennis free plays for Dasco at plus 130.
Okay.
For Dasco at plus 130. Julia Georges. Oh, I don't think I'm pronouncing. I think it's pronounced different than Georges, but -3.
It's pronounced Jorge. Jorge.
I don't think it's that either.
It's like French Argentinian.
I think she's Eastern European.
Yeah, something like that.
Gorgas. It is. I think it's Gorgas.
Isn't
I
Argentina?
thought Lucrative Larry made a bet on her, and I think it's Gorgas or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the play?
-3 at -110.
-3, -110.
And he's
Okay.
leaning Peterson -5, but those are his 2 plays.
Shout out to Elio Rodriguez, Peterson -5. Okay, let's see. By the way, I just in the interest of honesty, at the airport on the back from McCarran, I decided to try to read the first round plays for WTA and men's tennis, read the market, and just make some plays on reading the market. Got absolutely killed. I tried to read the market. I went like 2 and 8 on my time. I mean, they were small sample size. It's always fun to try to read the market and try to figure out what the market is telling you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I tried to do that. Got absolutely killed. There were a lot of big line moves in the first round that were totally wrong. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
First round is probably
all right.
A tricky spot.
So let's move
Just
on.
one last thing before we move on.
Yeah.
Stephen Mraz, low-hanging fruit clubs run line. Thank me later. And Root Ball right underneath says, Cubs run line.
Cubs run line. Okay.
Al
all right.
Hard says, Pete, Jimmy, your best early pick. Yeah, I'll tell you my best early pick.
Go ahead.
Tigers first 5.
Yeah, I would say taking it a little bit safer. KC first 5 team total under. We're both agreeing that Fulmer's probably going to be okay here. KC doesn't present a terribly imposing lineup. Jim likes Tigers first 5, and I'm on KC first 5 team total under to -130. All right, now let's move on. The San Diego Seattle game didn't have an overnight line. You want to touch on that one, Jim?
Yeah, Ramirez, Luke Casey,
Okay.
game time temp 79 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in but sideways, but double digits early. Ramirez will be making his 3rd start since returning from the disabled list. I thought that maybe something was wrong with Ramirez because this line wasn't coming out, and I couldn't understand why it wasn't. A lot of places, Bet365 didn't even have the game listed. Like I was confused. And Jesse Dykstra says, Pete, if my birthday pick cashes, I'll buy you a plane ticket to meet Paris in New York City.
Shit, Paris. Can you believe that? That's too good to be true.
I believe it.
That's an inside joke that might be in the trivia contest this upcoming year. What was his name? Robert O? Robert O's girlfriend told him he was watching the Low Bag Show with too high of a volume. Franco, right?
Franco.
And turns out her name is Athena. And I said, and I gave her a nice little positive vibes, but talking to, a positive vibes talking to. Then I asked her if she could hook me up with one of her friends. Athena says she has a friend named Paris that she can hook me up with, and I'm believing it. 100% true.
Why wouldn't you? What's wrong with a little arousal?
There's a lot of reasons not to believe that, Jimmy the Bag, but I'm choosing to believe it. Anyway, huge shout out to Jesse Dykstra. Okay, let's see.
Okay, so I had a lean to the under here, Ramirez, Lucchesi, but I was confused why this line wasn't coming out earlier. Ramirez is a tricky guy to believe in. 6th start of the year, 3rd start since returning from the disabled list on August 11th. Luke Casey, 6-7, 3.74 ERA. He's had an impressive year. He allowed this last start in Colorado was very impressive. 2 runs, 5 hits and a walk, 6 strikeouts over 6 innings. This is his 3rd start against American League teams, and they've smashed them. Now that's Oakland and Texas, but they've smashed them. Mariners' numbers against lefties are dropping fast. That OPS used to be nice. Now it's a 253, 706 OPS. They're just not hitting with enough power. Padres are 9-11. Luke Casey's 20 starts. I was leaning under here, but I just wanted to.
Well, there was a massive line move in favor of Seattle. 30-cent line move. I'm assuming that means someone's out for San Diego. Maybe Kobe Valentine can help us out a little bit here. But sorry. A massive line in favor of San Diego. I apologize.
Okay.
Where it's a little bit. We're still recovering from the IFBC. San Diego opened as a +120 dog at Pinnacle. Now they're a -109 fave. So a 30-cent line move in favor of San Diego. I'm assuming that means someone's out for Seattle. Although it could mean that that San Diego is that there's some sharp guys think San Diego is wildly undervalued, as I thought was the case last night. You know, not wildly undervalued, but a good 20 cents undervalued. So that might just be an adjustment there. Ramirez obviously is, this line had no overnight line, so I didn't look at it, Jim. But again, a 30-cent line move in favor of San Diego. I cashed with the second half under yesterday at 3.5. I'm thinking about taking the second half under as well today, although it's 3 +105, so that's cutting it a little close. But I will make that one an official pick. Seattle, San Diego, second half under 3 +105. San Diego, Seattle, second half under 3 +105. That'll be an official pick. Again, that's a little borderline, but I will take that one. Seattle, San Diego under 3 +105.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And what do you think of the total of 8?
It makes me nervous. Obviously, I would be leaning under, but Ramirez and Lucchesi both are a little bit iffy, but I would be leaning under, very slight lean to the under, But definitely leaning that way.
This game starts before our show.
Yes,
right?
so this is the only spot we have to give it as a pick, Jim.
Yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm a little uncomfortable with it at this point. I'm not going to make it yet. I'm going to leave the question.
Wally George says, "How awesome would Loshak and the Bag be if they got relocated to Vegas?" I have the answer to that one. The answer is super awesome.
Yeah, I would. I don't mind dying younger.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. It's not about how many years you live. It's about how good you live in those years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I know. I see this is written all over it for me. I'm going to live to be like 95 years old. Miserable every fucking second. No, I'm kidding. But I'm going to try to change that. That would be awesome if we could somehow get relocated to Vegas, meet everyone, hang out with everyone. You know what we would do? We would go around and hang out with everyone all the time. Whoever came to Vegas, we would hang out with them, Jim.
Without question.
Absolutely.
But we'd also do live shows so we could ask them questions as we roll
God,
through.
That would be awesome, Jim.
Yeah.
God, that would be awesome.
That would be heaven.
All right.
Okay.
We're freaking out a little bit.
Tomor says, Paco, I don't. And speaking about, I think, the total here, Paco here is saying, so you like the over, Tomo. Tough park to hit at.
Yeah.
Padres offense sucks. Both teams have good bullpens. Paco is a San Diego guy. Whenever Paco has a play on the Padres, we should really listen. Indian Cowboy says if you both get
shout out to Indian Cowboy.
He says if you both get relocated to Vegas, you will end up getting syphilis in week 1.
That's okay. Syphilis, as long as it can be cured. Anything that's bacterial based can be cured, Indian Cowboy. The things you got to be careful of are the things that are based on viruses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Syphilis, no problem. You can cure it. I know, Indian Cowboy saying, dude, there was a treatment-resistant strain of gonorrhea in England. Yes, that's true. There is new gonorrhea that's treatment-resistant.
If I got syphilis, I would let it attack me.
You got to catch it early. You got to catch it early.
I wouldn't kill syphilis. If I got syphilis, I'd go crazy, see what that was like. Who knows? It might help my capping. It might help our popularity if I was going crazy from syphilis.
Yeah, Indian Cowboy in 1700. Yeah, syphilis. That's a bad thing. Not in 2018. Bam! Just a few shots of penicillin and whatever else they got. You can cure that shit easily.
Look who we have in the chat. So nice. Just so nice to see his name in the chat. Nostra Toda has joined us. We do not get enough Nostra on the show anymore.
Is he really?
He's on. What a treat. Says, love that hat, Jimmy.
Jesus. See, when Nostra Toda comes, he's killing minor league baseball.
Yes.
And I've been tailing that. When Nostra Toda comes in, it's like when the boss comes in. We're hanging out here. We're like, Indian Cowboy, you can cure syphilis. Oh shit, Nostra Toda's in the house. We gotta be on our best behavior now, Jim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we gotta sharpen up our game. Hal Abraham says, syphilis,
welcome Nostra Toda.
Syphilis causes dementia. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Hal Abraham.
Not if you treat it though.
No, I would not treat it. I think our show would be more popular if I was suffering through a syphilis-caused dementia. I'm sure of it.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure of it.
And now Angel Romero's in the house. Wow, so we got Angel Romero and Nostra Toda both in the house right now. The heavy hitters are in here, Jim. Let's try to be on our best game.
But that's
here.
A fact. If I get syphilis, I'm letting it ravage my brain. I'm letting it do its thing. It might help my capping, might improve my MLB record. Let's get back to work.
All right, let's get back up
Marlins, Red Sox, Richards, Price. Game time temp, 93 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out to right field, strong. Craig Kimbrell continues to drop the ball. If he keeps doing this, don't make Super Bowl. I'm going to lose my mind. Don't make World Series plans in Boston. If Craig Kimbrell keeps this up, 5.56 ERA and 11 1/3, does not look good. Richards, I like this guy. I like this guy's mental makeup. I'm not saying I'm back in the Marlins here, but I like the guy's mental makeup. We talked about him being a substitute teacher last year. In his last start in the Bronx, he pitched 5 1/3 effectively, 2 runs, 3 hits, struck out 9. Price, though, they say he's now earning his $1 million per start. I don't know if that's possible. Hasn't lost since July 1st. 5-0, allowed 5 earned runs in 41 1/3. Nice numbers against the Marlins. Marlins 234, 639 OPS versus lefties. Red Sox smash righties.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Yesterday, once again, I had a good read on the game, somehow wound up with an 0-3 record. I loved the overs, and it went over late. I also like the second half over, which is just 3.5. That was huge money left on the table.
Oh, my God.
What
Stop
happened?
everything.
Oh, no, what happened?
Sportsbook Red says, y'all can broadcast from my grow facility out here in Vegas.
Ooh, oh, really? Ooh. I went to one thing I did do, it still blows my mind. Ever since I came to Costa Rica, everything just changed in the United States. They have an actual marijuana store.
Many of them.
It's unbelievable, Jim.
Yes, it's wonderful.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
Well, I remember when you had to hide from the cops and run around the corner and this and that. Now they just have stores. It just blows my mind. Huge shout out to Sportsbook Red. We could broadcast from his grow facility out here in Vegas.
Well, that's a lot. Let's lock that in.
Let's try to get everything.
Let's sign some paperwork.
Let's sign some paperwork. Let's get shit together, Jim. I realize I'm more tired than I thought I was in the beginning of the show.
Well,
all right.
It's not that I'm tired. It's just that I haven't slept.
I hear you. All right. So let's see.
This is a tricky spot.
Yeah.
The Red Sox are just giant favorites. We saw yesterday that they're a team that's not to be trusted. They walk off on an air.
Yeah, so this one, things I'm thinking about, I'm leaning over again, although I'm not sure which way. The Boston team total over once again on the first 5 is 3.5, which is so high, and Richards has been good.
He has been.
I would also be leaning second half over here, which is 4 minus 105, which is tempting, but still a little bit up there. And Price, I want to take an over here, but I am a little bit afraid of Price. So my leans, I guess, would be full game over one way or another. It's possible Price or Richards or both could get hit. Leaning second half over as well. I will take a shot, I think, with the second half over, even though it's 4. I'd rather be getting a 3.5 or whatever, but I'll take the second half over. 4 minus 105. Second half over 4 minus 105. And I'd be leaning full game over as well. It's 9. It opened at 9.5. Now it's up to 10. Oh no, Heritage still has 9.5. I would be leaning full game over, even though I can't tell you exactly which way I think this is going to happen. Is Price going to get hit? Maybe, but probably not. Is Richards going to get hit? Maybe, but probably not. Are they going to explode after, late in the 8th inning? Maybe. It's hard to say, but I'm still leaning over here, even though I can't tell you which way I'm expecting that to happen.
Colby says Price pitching like the old Price, one of the best runs of his career. Tomar says Richards has the lowest home run rate in MLB in his last 4 starts. I think the under has value. He should be able to pitch at Fenway. Red Sox beat up a little.
Elio Rodriguez says that affects my winners when capping in my grow room. How many motherfuckers have grow rooms in this comment section? You know what I'm saying? It's unbelievable.
I don't think he's talking about his own grow room.
Oh, okay.
But maybe he is.
Yeah.
Maybe he is. Trenton Claxton thinks Miami first 5 is the play. I mean, you get a juicy line there.
I mean, look, it's just, we saw what happened yesterday. As I said in yesterday's show, the Miami offense, I'm not looking to fade them. I took Boston -1. That one pushed. I like the overs. But this line, and in the meantime, I don't know if you check line moves, Jim, but a 25, it opened at -290 and gotten bet up even further. It's now into the -300s, which is understandable because Price is legitimately great. But Miami is just, I don't know. I'm not quite seeing this plus 280, 290 line for Miami. And let me just check what Bet365 would have here for the Miami alternative run line. Wow, plus 500 at -1.5. I mean, it's not at all unthinkable that Miami wins this game, right? What happened?
Hard to focus.
Yeah, go ahead. What happened?
Franco says it's true, Pete. Paris already loves you.
Oh, see, now he's just laying it on. Not only does she exist and her name is Paris, but she's already in love with you. I'm believing it. As far as I'm concerned, the whole thing is 100% true.
You're believing it, and I'm aroused.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's move on to the next game.
Oh, Brooke Jordan leaning Boston on the under. Wally George says Stu Feiner had the lock of the millennium on an NFL preseason game. LOL. Win is. All right, let's see. Do you know who Stu Feiner is? Well, we're checking into. Win is. All right, let's see. All right, so I'm going to take a shot here, Jim. Let's pick this up a notch in terms of entertainment value.
Let's go.
I'm going to take a shot with Miami -1.
Ooh,
Miami -1. Again, look, Price is awesome. The Boston lineup is awesome, but this is just too high of a line. We saw what happened yesterday. Miami could easily come back late here. I'm going to take a shot with Miami -1. The money line right now will be plus 284 at Bookmaker. And again, the alternative run line plus 500 at Bet365. So that comes out to like a plus 410 kind of line.
Noster says Miami and their farm team, the Baby Cakes, are raking. Solid farm system. They did well trading the core.
Oh, so he's not talking about who's in the lineup today. Wow, no. Okay.
Ty Rich says, I was robbed by a stripper once named Paris. Lovely lady.
Very nice. All right, so I'm taking a shot with Miami -1, and I would also be thinking about the second half. Let me see what that is. Yeah, plus 150. That's tempting as well. Miami on the second half. I know that Boston has, all right, well, let's move on. I've taken the second half over, and I've taken Miami -1 at the huge underdog line there. Go ahead, Jim.
Blue Jays, Orioles, Baraki versus Cobb, game time temp 92 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out to center at 6 miles per hour. Who is going to be able to handle the 100 degrees? That's what Ulysses Hayes. Do you think the under in the Oakland game? Asking. I'm uncomfortable with that total there. They each. Cahill doesn't look very good on the road. Keuchel doesn't look good against Oakland this year. It's a tricky spot. And Noster says, I'd like Miami, Pete. I'll bet on them too.
There you go. It's just at a certain point, you have to, at a certain point, if they push this up to plus 500, if they push it up to plus 1,200, you have to take Miami, right?
Definitely.
All right, so let's move on to some night games that are
Let's
interesting.
hit this Orioles game because we just set it up.
Oh, right, okay.
It's who can handle the 100 degrees weather. They're not used to it out there. It feels like 100 degrees, 92 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out softly. Orioles are going for their first 3-game sweep of the season. Jays have lost 3 straight and allowed 19 runs to Baltimore. Now, they had a 5-game winning streak before that 3-game losing streak. Baraki, 3-3, 4.12 ERA, 1.53 whip. Cobb has turned it around a bit. 4-15. 5.00 ERA, but he's allowed 2 runs or less in 5 of his last 7 starts. 4.34 ERA versus the Blue Jays. Is Cobb going to have trouble in the 100 degrees weather because he's used to playing in the dome?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely taking. Now, Eddings is the umpire tonight, which is old timers will know that Eddings for a long time was a dead under trending ump, which has not actually been the case over the past few years. Although this year he's under trending again, but in this one, I think yesterday, I liked overs all different ways. I only wound up giving one official pick. This game, I think I'm going to give once again. Baltimore first 5 team total over. The first 5 over as well. Is Cobb going to struggle here? Maybe. I would be leaning Baltimore, although I did bet Baltimore on the overnight line at plus 107. Now it's moved into their favor at minus 110. It's about 30-cent line move in favor of Baltimore. I'd be leaning Baltimore -1 here as well once again. And that's what I'm thinking, Jim.
Jansen Bonzen out of Toronto knows the team very well. Says Jay's come back here with Baruch.
He thinks so, huh? See, because I'm worried that I'm thinking that Barucki is again, crafty lefty. How's he going to do in this spot? It's a little bit hard to say, but he is, I'm thinking he's going to be vulnerable here. His last start was good, but it was at home. I'm thinking this is a tougher spot for him.
100-degree weather in Camden is just, they're not used to it. Let's get a little more look at Barucki. Born in Illinois.
All right, so I'm taking Baltimore first 5 innings, team total over 2.5 plus 110. I'm also going to take the first 5 over here. Again, yesterday I liked it, didn't give it as a pick. 2 days ago, also liked it, did give it as a pick. That one lost, so I might be just a snake bit here. I'm going to have to decide between 4.5 minus 125 or 5 plus 108.
Ulysses Hayes is on the over in the Baltimore game, as is Razor's Edge, and then. Devon McDonald heavy on the A's. Really thinks they're going to take care of business.
All right, I'll take first 5 innings over 4.5 minus 125. That's the current line at Heritage, and I'm also on the Baltimore first 5 innings team total over 2.5. And the Toronto
says stay away from the Jays. Says Cobb will probably 3 hit us. I'm interested in the Orioles, but thankfully I can think about this over the afternoon. Stooch has joined us. What a fun guy, man. Stooch, I enjoyed partying with you immensely, just like I did a year ago at IFBC here in Costa Rica. God, he's so much fun. And Stucci's on the over.
All right, so I've taken. Let's quickly review the official picks that we've given, and then we'll get to some other plays. Jim, you have just one pick, right? Detroit first half.
But I have made 2 other official picks and tagged you on them this morning.
Okay,
we just haven't came to the.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Detroit first half minus 114. That is Jim's only official pick that he's added in this game. My picks are as follows: Miami Boston second half over 4. Detroit first half minus 114. KC first half team total under 2. Toronto Baltimore first half over 4.5. Detroit KC first half under 4 plus 100. Miami -1 at a huge underdog line. Seattle San Diego second half under 3, and Baltimore first 5 innings team total over 2.5 plus 110. All right, let's move on. What are the plays that you gave, James, that you tagged me on?
Let's get them. You know what? Why don't you pitch a game and I'll pull
all right,
them
I'll
up,
talk. This is a bet that I made on the overnight line. I'm sure some people will agree with this. Some people say be careful. No-brainer style jumped on the under in Arizona, San Francisco, right? Rodriguez against Godley. Godley's coming off a couple of bad starts, but I think he might be a little bit better here. Rodriguez, of course, coming back from the injury, has been solid. Arizona's offense flamed out. At 7, I might not have jumped on it, but I jumped on it at 7.5, and it's still 7.5, which is kind of interesting. Hasn't quite moved yet, but I got to be thinking that the under 7.5 here is a no-brainer play, and also leaning first half under, second half under, maybe some team total unders. What do people think about this? Any comments coming in? Seems a little no-brainerish to me.
Trenton Claxton's on San Francisco run line. I don't know if it's no-brainerish. Godley's been roughed up last 2 starts. He pitched had a really nice start in San Francisco April 9th, but then got touched by them in the 2 games after that. Why is that? Roughed up, 11 runs, 15 hits in his last 10 innings and 2 starts. McCutchen and Crawford see him very easily. They've homered against Godley this season. Rodriguez, though, is looks like he's an absolute stud. No question about it. But that's my only concern. Is why is Godley? What's wrong with Godley? What do you think? You think it's just a blip?
That's a good question. Nostra Toda, Kobe Valentine, Tomarino Tomor, Anthony L., all the guys who handicap these starting pitchers so closely day in and day out. What do you think? Is Godley, is there something wrong with him? Does he have maybe a slight injury, mechanical problems, or is he primed for a bounce back here? Not due, but primed. Due means, primed means based on peripherals and based on predictive indicators. I'm thinking Godley's probably going to be more likely. I think he's due. I think he's due for a good start here. I'm going to take. I took it on the overnight. I can't not take it right now, so I'm going to throw that one on there as well. Arizona, San Francisco under 7.5 minus 115. That's the current line at the Greek. 119 at Pinnacle. Minus 115 is the current line at the Greek, and we are using SBR odds here to line shop. If you don't mind, click on the link for SBR odds below in the description box so that people know that you are going to SBR odds through the Loshak in the Bag show. When I say people, I'm talking about ownership, brass, hires up, analytics, nerds, all those people who look at indicators, right?
Sure.
and try to make predictions on how popular our show will be going forward. Jim.
Gas station sushi, Godley is streaky. Jansen Bonds and inconsistent. Tomore says Godley struggling, and he hasn't been good on the road and against teams that have seen him. I think Rodriguez regresses now that teams have seen him.
All right, so people are probably not liking
Sushi
the under
says
here.
fade Godley in this spot.
That's not good.
Nostra says Godley's only plus pitch has been figured out.
That's not good. So it seems like there's something fun. His struggles are fundamental, is what people are saying here.
Michael Irvelina, lean Giants. Ulysses Hayes, I like San Fran money line. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'd also be leaning Arizona second half and the second half under as well. This Arizona Diamondbacks team, what's up with their lineup? They've been shut out 2 games in a row. We saw this recently happen with the Nationals. There's some okay bats in that lineup, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some okay bats.
No, there's some big bats. It's just been a tough series for them. I think you can just call it like that. I mean, we know that Peralta was on an absolute tear. Goldschmidt had a 14-game hitting streak coming into this series, and he was hitting 450 something over that time. No, I mean, losing Lamb was a big loss, but truly they have power hitters. I mean, Souza's been missing in action all year, but Peralta stepped up and. They can get the job done, but not a huge hitting lineup.
Jesse Dykstra, I'm on Giants first 5. That seems no-brainerish, yes. But MVP Sportsbook says fade Godley. So in general, people are down on Godley, including Nostratota, and people are generally high on Rodriguez. Not a high favorite line here if you're taking or is it a high favorite line? I can't. Yeah, if you're taking San Francisco here. Yeah, actually, they're a dog. So the first 5 innings line here for San Francisco would be what would it be? Yeah, minus 105. So if Godley is fundamentally struggling right now, and Rodriguez is fundamentally decent, San Francisco on the first 5 innings might be definitely a good play. I'm going to throw on Arizona second half as well. Arizona second half money line minus 125. That's going to be another play. I've thrown on the under, which on the full game, which makes me a little bit nervous. But maybe it's not unthinkable that the Giants win like 5-1 or something like that. That Godley struggles, but he still only gives up 3 or 4 runs. They pull him out, and then the bullpen is okay. So I'm taking a shot with the under here. 7.5 minus 115. I'm also going to take Arizona second half minus 125. Lean to the second half under as well at 3 plus 105. And would have to agree with Jesse Dykstra's play on San Francisco first half, right?
I think so. I'm going to take some more time with it, but that does make sense. And I hope you have a birthday pick ready for him at some point.
Yes.
But we have to keep a brisk pace. Time's flying.
Let's do it.
Can I give you my
Yeah,
two
go
plays?
ahead. Go ahead.
Let me just tell you my first plays, and then I'll first off, I'm on the Milwaukee, Cincinnati, first 5, under 5.
Okay.
I got it at minus 115. Available at Intertops.
Okay. Milwaukee, Cincinnati, first 5, under 5, minus 115.
And then, man, just not being able to sleep. No, I wasn't able to think clearly. My next play, I didn't know if we used Bovada lines or not. I don't remember us using them.
We don't because they're like
good.
off market. You know what I mean?
Because I did, because it was 9 cents lower than this one. I had to take a pinnacle. It was my, so I took Cleveland, Minnesota over 9.5. At minus 129, available at Pinnacle. Bovada had that at minus 120.
Cleveland, Minnesota over 9.5 and what?
At minus 129.
Okay.
Available at Pinnacle. And I've made these bets already. Again, I cut a quarter off of my unit size. But let's explain why. Peralta versus Harvey. Game time 81 Fahrenheit. Wind blowing out to left center softly. It dies down to nothing by the end of the game. The Brewers claimed Harvey on waivers, and the Reds wanted value for him. And that surprised me. That gave me a lot of information. Peralta, 6-4, 4.02 ERA, 1.13 WHIP. Peralta's had lost consecutive starts before beating the Reds 4-0 at Miller Park. The Reds had a tough time figuring that out. He did take the loss July 1st against Harvey. Gave up 3 runs, 5 hits, and 5 innings. That's a bad start for him. He's a stud. I know he only throws 90, but he's a special young pitcher. Peralta. Yeah. Harvey, 6-7, 4.77 ERA, 1.28 WHIP. He's allowed only 3 runs in his last 18 2/3. Sounds like he wants to stay in Cincy. Held the Chicago Cubs, who they have a tough lineup, to 1 run, 5 hits over 5 1/3. He took a 5-1 loss to the Brewers when he was with the Mets. He got hit pretty hard, but he seems like he's a different pitcher right now. Stucci saying, great bet. I love hearing that. First 5, under 5, Brewers, Reds.
Okay.
And then my second bet that I made was that over 9.5. And let me get to my notes here.
Stewart and Plutko.
Yes, sorry. Cole Stewart and Plutko. Sorry, my There we go. Game time 78 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out to right field. This Indians team had a day off before yesterday at home. You could tell they're rested. They're not going to rest the big bats today because they had that big day off. This is a team that's firing. There's a ton of value on their futures, and we talked about that yesterday. Stewart, what are we going to make of this guy? 4th overall pick in the 2013 draft. Last start came August 23rd. Got a no decision against the A's. 4 2/3, 3 runs, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. Spent the first half of the season in the minor leagues. AAA Rochester, AA Chattanooga, not very good numbers. Okay, 3-7, 4.47 ERA. Plutko's last start did not go well. Only went 4 1/3 against Boston. Hasn't won since June 24th. In 5 appearances since then, 0-3, 5.73 ERA. These are just 2 pitchers I don't trust. Now, Plutko was a beast in AAA Columbus. I don't know if that's transitioned into the major leagues. These Indians are smashing the ball. I expect the Twins to be able to put up a few runs on Plutko. I know the Indians are going to take care of business.
Yeah.
I'm on the full game over.
All right, so there is some rain in this one, but I was vaguely agreeing with you. All right, so you're taking Cleveland, Minnesota over 9.5 -129, and Milwaukee, Cincinnati first half under 5 -115, right, Jim?
Yes, and there's only one other game that I have a big two big notes to. I think I'm going to put.
All right, well, let me talk about some other plays that I'm definitely going to give.
Sure,
okay.
Sure.
First of all, Milwaukee second half -145. I was hoping to get a little bit of a better line, but I will take Milwaukee second half -145. That's an official pick, and I'm also going to throw on Cleveland first 5 innings team total over 3 -106 to hit that guy. What's his name again? The Cleveland Minnesota starter.
Cole Stewart.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was your Indians play?
Cleveland first 5 innings team total over 3 -106. I'm taking that one, and the other play that I was thinking about taking was Pittsburgh St. Louis under 8. It seems a little bit no-brainerish, a little bit too obvious. I'm wondering if I'm making a mistake here. The line hasn't moved. Mikolas, of course, coming off of a bad start at Coors, so I think we can throw that one out. And then Williams on the other side for Pittsburgh. Has been pitching great. He's struggled against St. Louis in his career, which is something that I would at least want to notice. But considering all things considered, I think that the under is a nice play here. I had the under yesterday as a play. I didn't give it as a pick, but I bet it. I did bet this one on the opening line, and it hasn't moved at all. But I'm going to take that one as well. Pittsburgh St. Louis under 8 -112. And I was thinking maybe about a second half play on Pittsburgh, second half under play, but those are plays that I wanted to add on here, Jim.
Yes, the under makes sense to me. I just felt like I needed a little bit more time. And I wanted to hear what everybody had to say. Game time 76 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in sideways, but not very strong. Williams looking nice. He's a crafty pitcher. He throws slowly. When you watch him, you think he's very hittable. He's been excellent in his last 7 starts, allowing just 4 runs over 42 innings. But he struggled against St. Louis. This is a lineup that smashed him. 6.93 ERA. He's given up 56 hits in 37 2/3.
Yeah.
Is Miles Mikolas getting tired?
I don't know. I mean, his last start was at Coors, so that comes with an asterisk for sure. I would also be leaning Pittsburgh second half, and I think I will take that one as well. Pittsburgh on the second half money line, plus 100. That's another play. So I'm adding on a bunch of plays here. Pittsburgh second half plus 100. That's going to be a pick for me. And then one other play that I was thinking about, just want to move on just a little bit here. Philly against Washington, right? Gonzalez against Arrieta. Washington, of course, has won the first 2 games of the series. Is maybe Philly a play here? Both Arrieta and Gonzalez look a little bit iffy to me. Gonzalez coming off a good start, but I think this might be a bad spot for him. Is Philly -1 worth a play? I did bet that one on the overnight line, although I felt a little bit nervous about it.
To be honest with you, I dislike Gio Gonzalez. I've been saying it all year. He's cleared waivers. He struggled in August, 6.84 ERA. But he's coming off a good start, and he's a character guy. He's an emotional guy. I have a funny feeling, and this might be crazy, and I'm going to need some more time before I make a move on it, but this is a Phillies team that doesn't hit lefties, 234, 682 OPS. Jansen Bonds in this area has lost it. I just have a funny feeling that Gonzalez now, where he's sort of being given up on, is going to step up. And the Phillies are struggling, and they're reaching. You think Joey Bats is going to change? They're reaching. They continue to reach. They pick up Bohr and Ramos. Both of them are hurt. Ulysses Hayes is on the Washington money line, and I'm leaning in that direction.
Jansen Bonzone says Arrieta has lost it. You think that's true?
He's not looking good. Let's go over some. He lost his last 4 starts, but just a 3.60 ERA. And the points are just hitting 226 off him in those 4 starts. So, he gave up 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 homers against the Jays. he has bad numbers in his career against the Nationals. Nationals hit righties hard. Sean Thompson says, Gio sucks, but I'm still taking Washington. Kobe says, I've joined Jimmy in the Gio fade last 6 games. Beautiful. He says it's not worth backing him at this point. He's really lost his stuff in his location. I totally agree, but he's coming off a great start against a light-hitting Mets team, but who has stepped up. I'm going to take more time thinking about this, but I'm certainly leaning towards the Nationals in the dog line here.
All right, so once again, these are all the picks that we've given. Jimmy has 3 plays: Detroit first half money line, Milwaukee Cincinnati first half under 5, and Cleveland Minnesota over 9.5 minus 129. I have a ton of picks. Here are all my picks. Cleveland first 5, team total over 3. Miami Boston second half over 4. Arizona second half money line minus 125. Detroit first half money line. KC first half team total under 2 minus 130. Milwaukee second half money line minus 145. Pittsburgh second half money line plus 100. Toronto Baltimore first half over 4.5. Arizona San Francisco under 7.5. Detroit KC first half under 4. Pittsburgh St. Louis under 8. Seattle San Diego second half under 3. Miami minus 1, and Baltimore first 5 innings team total over 2.5 at plus 110. Those are all the picks that I've given as of right now. Other plays that I'm thinking about maybe would be, I don't know.
I'm ready to pull the trigger, I think, on a play,
ahead.
and I want to talk to you guys about it. I'm very interested in the Texas Rangers full game here against the Dodgers. Love the way Miner's pitching. Game time temp, 94 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in. You know it's not that important here in Arlington. LA's won 4 straight games, 3-0 against the Rangers this season. Is Wood the same? He's certainly not the same pitcher as last year, but is he starting to regress right now in front of our eyes?
Sorry, I just want to, one more pick I have to throw on there. I did bet it on the overnight. Cleveland minus 1. It's a little bit square. It's a little bit no-brainerish, but Cleveland minus 1 feels like they're just going to go to town offensively in this game, so I'm taking that one.
What are they getting at minus? What do you get minus 1.5?
Cleveland minus 1. All right, so the money line right now would be minus 171. That's at Pinnacle, and the run line for Cleveland right around even money. Let's see, where is it? Cleveland run line would be plus 106. Plus 106. That's at Pinnacle. So yeah, that's just a little minus 130 type minus 1 line, and I'm throwing that one on there as well. Cleveland minus 1, minus 171 money line, and plus 106 on the minus 1.5 line.
Nolly knows here on Dodgers Texas under. I'm very curious to hear what you guys think, but this is one that doesn't have a question mark beside it. Angel Romero says A's win it tonight. God, that would be good.
Okay.
Is Rangers full game? I'm loving what Mike Miner is delivering. Wood only lasted 4 innings in his last start, allowing 3 runs on 7 hits. Miner, 10-6, 4.4 ERA, 1.12 WHIP. That's a nice looking WHIP. This guy is pitching well. He's been working on extended rest. Yeah. And he will be doing that again. It's helping him. In his last game against Oakland, we know it was at Oakland, so it's a pitcher's park, but he faced the minimum, allowing 1 hit and 1 walk in 6 shutout innings. He retired the last 11 batters he faced, 10th quality start of the season, 3rd in his last 4 outings, 1-2, 2.56 ERA in 7 games, 6 starts against the Dodgers. The Dodgers' numbers against lefties have been dropping. Nostra Toda says, I lean over and lean Texas reverse run line. Full, Jimmy? I'm going to. Thank you, Nostra. God, it's nice having Nostra back in here. But Wally George says, no, Jimmy, Dodgers smash again. Machado and Dozier kill Texas pitching. Dozier is homer against the lefty that we just saw yesterday. Everything's a blur to me. But that's kind of out of the norm for him. He doesn't have a ton of power against lefties. Ulysses Head says, take the Dodgers money line. Let's talk about quickly the Rangers. What would I get on the Rangers money line, and should I then instead take them on the reverse run line? I'll grab the reverse run line. Yeah, I mean the Rangers money line is in like the plus 140. Oh no, it's gotten bet down about 10 cents. I did hit this one on the overnight line. I got it at like 145 or so. Now it's down to the plus 130, so about a 10-cent line move in favor of Texas, which is kind of nice to see. And the alternative run line for Texas at Bet365 would be plus 290 at minus 1.5. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about this one. I'd be leaning Texas minus 1, vague lean to Texas second half, vague lean to the first 5 innings under, vague lean to the full game under. The Dodgers bullpen is in a bad situation right now, aren't they? Yeah, how bad are they? But Jansen is he doesn't care. He's off his heart drugs. He'd rather pitch well and die of a heart attack. Yeah, I respect that. But I'd rather live in Vegas and take 15 years off. The rest of the bullpen, I cashed with the second half under yesterday at 4.5. Now it's just 4 though. I'd be leaning first 5 innings under. I'd be leaning Texas minus 1.
Miner's been good, right?
Miner's been great.
And
okay, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bet -1.5. But here for the show, well, maybe I'll do that too with my bet. You know what? I'm going to do that too. I'm going to split my unit size in half and do a money line. And that's what I'm going to do with it. So here, I will take full game Rangers -1.
Okay, you're going to take Rangers -1. All right, Rangers -1. So again, the alternative run line here is +290 at Bet365. The best money line right now for Texas will be at the Greek +138. So Rangers +138, and the alternative run line will be +290. And I will take that one as well. I'll take Texas -1. I'll go on that one with you, Jim. +138 on the money line and +290 at on the alternative run line. And I'm also going to take the first 5 innings under. LA Dodgers, Texas. First 5 innings under, that's going to be 5.5. That's going to be 5.5. Miner's been good, right?
Miner's been great.
And Wood's been great too, right?
No, he is not. He only went through 4 innings in his last start. I can tell you, Nostra is really leaning towards the over here. But Nolly Nose says jump on the under, Jimmy. So you're getting both sides. Sean Thompson says, yeah, Dodgers bullpen scares me. Wood here. Texas bats have been in a coma. This one's tough. Michael Irvine is on Texas second half. You know, it's
You don't think Wood's going to be okay in this spot?
In all honesty, no.
All right.
No, even against the weak hitting.
Yeah.
Okay, I think he could be okay, but
Yeah.
that's the best I think he can do is be.
All right,
okay.
I'm going to hold off on the under for now. I was leaning under.
Prophet says I like that first 5 under.
Yeah.
Pete, so I don't,
No, I'm going to look into it a little bit more. This is a night game. Of course, we'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time where we'll review everything. But for right now, I will go on with Jimmy. I'll take a shot with the Rangers -1 at a big underdog line there at about +200 or so.
So can I just, if it's okay,
go ahead.
I just say out loud? So those are my plays. That's what I'm going to stick with. But I'm just going to say out loud my leans there that I'm going to be working on in the afternoon.
Sure.
Okay, so I think I might join you on the Giants first 5.
But I'm not on that one.
Oh, you didn't take Giants.
I took the under, and I took Arizona second half.
Okay, I think I'm going to might jump on the Giants first 5. I think I might join you on the Pirates Cardinals under. And then we haven't talked about that Braves spot. I kind of like the Braves here. But I don't know if I'm going to jump on that, and we can talk about that on the late show. I got the over there. I'm interested in the National. I really think I hate backing Gonzalez here, but I just feel like he's an emotional guy. He's coming off a good start. The league has given up on him.
Yeah.
Nobody wants him, or he's drawn some interest since he's cleared waivers. So I'm interested in the Nationals, and I'm interested in the Orioles.
Me too.
So, Dan, you've not hammered?
I gave the first 5 team total over for Baltimore and the first 5 over, and I would definitely be leaning Baltimore -1. I'm concerned that someone said that they thought Baraki would have a good start here.
That was Jansen Bonds from Toronto. So those are the plays that I'm looking at. Thank you. I just wanted to say them out loud, see if I liked any enough to make a move on them. That's what I'll be studying in the afternoon show. I am working on football as much as I can. But it's very nice to just focus solely on baseball this afternoon.
All right, so we'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Before we wrap this show up, let me just review all the picks for anyone who didn't catch them. Jim is on 4 plays now. Detroit -1. Detroit first half money line. Rangers -1. Milwaukee, Cincinnati first 5 under, and Cleveland, Minnesota over 9.5. I'm on a whole bunch of plays here. They are as follows: Cleveland first 5 team total over 3. Miami, Boston second half over 4. Arizona second half money line. Texas -1. KC first 5 innings team total under 2. Detroit first half money line. Milwaukee second half money line. Pittsburgh second half money line. Toronto, Baltimore first 5 innings over 4.5 -125. Arizona, San Francisco under 7.5. Detroit, KC first 5 innings under 4 +100. Pittsburgh, St. Louis under 8. Seattle, San Diego second half under 3. Miami -1. Cleveland -1, and Baltimore first 5 innings team total over 2.5 +110. And we do have to give a birthday pick, right, for Jesse Dykstra.
Yes.
And I think I'm going to make this one a little bit of a no-brainer-ish play. I'm thinking about just taking Cleveland -1. Maybe Cleveland first 5 innings team total over 3. The problem is I know there's rain in the forecast, so I don't know if I want to give a play that I know might get rained out. But for now, I think that's the way I'm leaning. Let me see. What else would be tempting here to make as a as a birthday play. The Baltimore overs are tempting, except I don't really love the fact that Eddings is the home plate umpire. I think this is a little bit no-brainerish, and I'll make that one the official birthday play. Cleveland -1 money line. Well, go ahead.
I would have no concern about the Indians' weather spot.
Yeah.
It's thunderstorms all morning. It's going to be tarp.
Yeah.
And then there's a chance of a thunderstorm. So the only thing that will happen is I guess you're right, because there's one that could come in around 10.
All right, but that's it for now. Cleveland -1 is the birthday pick.
I like
Should
it.
be about -130 or 135 or so. Cleveland -1. The money line I'm getting is -171, and the run line is +106 at Pinnacle. Cleveland -1. That is the official birthday pick for Jesse Dykstra.
I think I'm going to jump on the birthday pick before
Okay.
we close the show.
Okay.
I already have the over 9.5.
So what do you want?
I'm going to jump on Indians.
Yeah, run line? Well, money line?
No,
money,
I'm going to
-1?
do -1. I'm going to start splitting my units in
Okay.
half and making these bets.
Cleveland -1. So once again, let's see, because we use up to the we have so much integrity. We use up to the second line moves here. The line has not moved at all since I gave the pick. So you will give the lines that I got -171 on the money line and +106 on the run line. That comes to about -130 or so. I think -130 or 135 or so. And that's the birthday pick. Jim has jumped on that one for a fifth play. Any final words before we wrap the show up?
Oh, just, it doesn't matter how horrifying my sleepless nights are. It really doesn't. They're horrifying, sweat-filled, sleepless nights where my heart's beating too fast. It doesn't matter how horrifying they are, because I get to come here, sit beside Pete, hang out with my guys, hang out with the low baggers, and it just means the whole world to me. So thank you guys so much.
There you go. Usually it's a positive comment that we close the show on, but now we're going to close it on that show. Awesome. Jimmy the Bag has a way with words. We'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We'll see you then.